Without further ado, please welcome to the stage corporate poet Vincent Avanzi.
Thank you. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, all right, great. All right, so my name is Vincent Avanzi. I'm a French poet. I'm a chief poetic officer, and my mission is basically to enlighten conventions, brands, and events, and make you travel into the future. So Charlie Chaplin once said that the closest route between two human beings is a smile. And since we're in the happiest place in the world, yesterday I was talking to a Danish guy that told me that happiness relies on the 3 Ps: pride, purpose, and pleasure. So I thought I'd add a 4th P to it for poetry. To poetize, harmonize, and humanize the world we live in. Now, I have a first question to ask you. What's the value of a brand if there's no virtue in your hands? I said, what's the value of a brand if there's no virtue in your hands? Because we're all in this planet, present, life, future together in the end. But that's a difficult question, even for me. So we'll come back to that later. But it reminds me of a quote from Albert Einstein, probably talking about brand value. He said, try not to be a man of success, but rather a man of value. So in other words, try not to become a brand of success, but a brand of value. And maybe that's the real success. Second question I want to ask you is, who wants to be number 1 in the room? Who wants to be number 1? Please raise your hand. At what you do, whatever you do. Who wants to be number 1? Please. Probably everybody should have their hands raised up now. Who wants to be number 1? Seriously, intimately. Who wants to be number 1 at you do? All right, good. It's good. Not that many. Normally, the crowds that everybody's got their hands up. My answer is, why don't we just try to be 1 instead, without numbers for once? You know, each in our own uniqueness, our genius spot, but united. One humanity, one world, one harmony, one love, one family, one soul. It's not the winner takes all, it's the winner shares all. So change the world for good, not for goods. We all have a choice and we all have a voice. So we can be part of the solution, or we can be part of the pollution. To be or not to be a part of, or to be a part of. That's the question for this generation. So I want to welcome you to a poetic journey into the future of brands entitled, Change the World by Changing the Words. And maybe adding an L to it from word to world to put love back in it. You know, words always precede reality in history. So refresh the climate and rewrite the story for this new century. You know, it's funny because it's not very poetic, but sometimes I hear a lot of bullshit from the blue chip companies, from Wall Street to all streets. So I want to do something with you this evening. I want to do a magic trick. How about we turn all this BS into SB? From chaos to okay, from impossible to I'm possible, we're possible, and a more sustainable, profitable, equitable world is possible. Now, I know all of you in the room are all engaged in this movement, so thank you. And as the world is in our hands and we're all trying to build bridges to better brands for a happy end, it might be time to take a stand. Do we want to create a better society for the few, or create a better society for the future, in harmony with nature as we have now matured? So let's take a break to compose the metamorphosis of our cosmos into osmosis. I'd like to invite you on a poetic journey to the future together, as words are a land of wonders, and a world-wise win-win is a heaven of a quest for numbers. All right, that was the intro. All right, as you know, the post-capitalism era we're entering in is a shot at humanism. And it's not the history in the making, it's the future in the making. And if we all came from different boats, we're all now on the same ship. You know what it's called? It's called the HR, the human relationship. A mix of social partner and caring leadership. So what is your purpose in all of this riddle? Your reason of being and happiness index. It's not about what kind of business model, it's about being a good model for business. So what if after making PowerPoints, we made purpose points? Instead of building business plans, we made happiness plans. Instead of maximizing our earnings, we started to harmonize the living. I mean, if the present is too fast, why don't we start initiating a new route, imitating his full past, so let's all spark a new light by redefining the common good life. Truth be told, because the world was never to be sold. Rush for gold, only sell your products, not your soul. We're all superheroes by the great talents that we hold. The things that we own or the links that we share, what's having it all? The purpose of life for us is still the pursuit of happiness. And never settle for less might be the key to our success. So what future do we really want to build? A brand value has no value unless we practice it. And the future will be the result not of how we imagine it, but how we live in the present and act in it. You want a more humane and honest future for your children? Be more human and honest in the present. You want a more peaceful and fair future? Be more peaceful and fair in the present. You want a less abusive and more inclusive world? Be less abusive and more inclusive, period. As Gandhi said, let's be the change we want to see in this world. And we're all weapons of mass construction to build a sustainable society with our ideas and ideals, to believe in our dreams and achieve all our schemes. Having the consciousness to change, evolve, and finally be kind. This may very well be the miracle of life and the beauty of mankind. We the people, all created equal, nobody is evil, so imagine the riddle. A dream you dream alone is only a dream we dream together is reality, said a wise man once from the Beatles in a song destined to us all. Imagine. Imagine we have a dream. Imagine we are a team. Imagine we all say we. Imagine we can all be. Imagine we might just win. Imagine this is reality. Imagine we build a world of harmony, peace, and solidarity as one human family. Victor Hugo said a revolution is in our human nature, and there's nothing like a dream to create our own future. So allow yourself to dream and free your inner artistic soul. Listen to others in your team, and together set beyond realistic goals. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next time, the second best time, is right now. In this time of change of civilization, climate change, the United Nations, there's a glimpse of a possible reconciliation as we share common aspirations, facing the implications of our actions as a source of inspiration. So what's your point? Your goal, your essence, your note, your fragrance, your zone of influence. The economy is in deep need of good deeds, meaning, and guidance, a balance of science and conscience on the dance floor of our interdependence at the dawn of artificial intelligence. It's not that time is of the essence, but life is, as a renaissance. So let's switch the paradigm for a good life and maybe go from a New York minute to a cooler, slower, wiser New World minute. For that, the sustainable brands celebrating your meaningful enterprise sounds like a tribute to how everyone around the world can choose a fight and contribute. So let's invent a sustainable, brand new world. Modernize the structure and poetize our culture without compromising the future or jeopardizing our nature. Sail off at the heart of your conscience. Sail more and connect with your audience. Make your messages and brand alive, entertaining and enlightening, touching and moving, innovative and disruptive, systemic, attractive and magnetic, poetic, dynamic and magic, intimate, universal and essential, so that the motto of our deep-rooted global goals at this 21st century crossroad becomes business plus awareness of our souls equals success plus happiness for us all. Business plus awareness of our souls equals success plus happiness for us all. And then, redefining the common good life. Maybe a mixed recipe of gender equality, empathy and healthy society, sense of community, happy diversity, renewable energy and circular economy, balanced simplicity, upcycling, waste reusing, smart city partnership, B Corp businesses with a purpose, beyond products and services, cross-industry initiatives, green net positive and not greed net worth it, and climate change for a global warming of the hearts. Can you feel this? If yes, let's put harmony in our companies as an opportunity of unity for humanity in our common destiny. I mean, seriously. Isn't it poetically correct to try to save the planet, not with a butterfly or overview, but harmony effect against our nonsense progress and thrive for success, live better with less, share is the best, you do great, yes, but what about the rest? And what will be our next collective or personal footsteps in this transformational awareness leadership process? Yes. All doers, innovators, change makers, dreamers, hackers, leaders, pioneers, solution providers, drivers, game or brand changers, part of a bigger picture, part of a bigger future, looking at a further picture. Don't just follow orders, follow your heart and your art. And follow we. Because we are the power, we are the assets, and we are the guardian angels of the future. So let's become that new harmony generation as our next human evolution, the one that said yes to life, yes to the planet, yes to our future, yes to common good, and yes to humankindness. I mean, I don't really know if big or small is beautiful, but I think together and tomorrow are wonderful, combined. So rewrite the future and remix the culture aligned. Be that role business model, that pioneer of the good, that one-of-a-kind manufacturer, that conscious leader to open the ways to new lights. Profitable and sustainable is not a question nor an invitation, it's an obligation for the future generations. As we do not inherit the earth from our ancestors, we borrow it from our children. So, in the end, what's left for us in the future if we don't do what's right in the present? At last, humanity first, married with the earth second, to raise our V's as V for value and not V for vendetta, for doing better and making it happen as all of the world matters. So ladies and gentlemen, my dear fellow citizens of the same world, we want to thank you for your engagement and your empowerment, your commitment and your excitement to preserve our environment as a possible stargate to enlightenment. Continue and unleash the human potential, make our brains sustainable, our values respectable, and our trading equitable. Believe in something exceptional and look at the future as one single soul. Change the words, take away the swords, and you'll change the world. Any individual against all odds making out the most out of their soul. Because when you change the world, it's a chance for all. When you change the world, it's a chance for love. On that blue note, wishing the best products, services, or life that money can't buy to someone is my definition of a goodbye. Thank you and have a good life, a poetic, common good one that is, business and wisdom as a happiness kingdom, because the brands of the future, they care about the outcome of humanity and not only its income. Thank you very much. Cheers and gute. Good night.